There was a moment when I genuinely thought my kids were going to reject Cantonese completely. Not ignore it, not forget it, reject it. And I remember thinking, did I push too hard? Did I make this about me instead of them? If you've ever felt that fear, like you're one wrong move away from turning your child off their language forever, this video is for you. There was a day when I told my son, okay, 以后广东话啦. And he looked at me and said, why do we even have to? And that question hit deeper than I expected, because underneath that question wasn't just resistance. It was identity. It was belonging. It was, is this even part of me? And at that moment, I had a choice. Push harder or step back and rethink everything. Here's what I realized. When our kids resist Cantonese, it's not because they hate the language. It's because they don't want to feel forced. They don't want to feel like different. They don't want to feel like pressure. And to be honest, we carry that pressure too with us sometimes. We're thinking about our parents, our culture, the fear and guilt of losing it. And sometimes we don't really mean to, but we pass that weight onto them. Kids don't resist language. They resist pressure. That changed everything for me. So I stopped saying, okay, it's time to learn Cantonese. And instead, I started saying, let's play a game. This is one of the games I designed for him. Nothing complicated. No big lesson plan, just something simple. The only rule is, he has to say one phrase in Cantonese to unlock his next move. And you can see here, he's thinking, not because he's being forced, but because he wants to win. And when he says it, even if it's not perfect, that's it. That's the win. I don't correct everything. I don't turn it into a lecture. I just let the moment be fun. And suddenly, he's trying. Not because I told him to learn, but because the language became part of the game. And that shift, that changed everything for us. I stopped measuring how much they spoke and started celebrating one word. Just one. If they used a Cantonese word inside an English sentence, that was a win. If they laughed while playing, that was a win. If they didn't complain, that was a win. Because the goal isn't fluency tomorrow. The goal is attachment today. Language grows where there is safety. I had to ask myself something hard. Do I want my kids to speak Cantonese? Or do I want them to love speaking Cantonese? Because those are not the same thing. You can force output, but you cannot force love. And if we want the language to stay with them into their adulthood, their future families, their friendships, their identity, then it has to feel like connection, not obligation. Here's something simple you could try this week. Don't announce Cantonese time. Create a situation, play a game, hide an object, make them unlock something with a phrase, turn it into a quest. Let language be the tool, not the task, and watch what happens. We're not just teaching vocabulary, we're building belonging. We're telling our kids, this is part of you and is safe here, and that takes time. So if you're in that in-between space where you care deeply, but you're afraid of pushing too hard, you're not alone. I'm figuring it out too. If you're trying to teach your kids Cantonese at home and want practical ideas without pressure, subscribe and walk this journey with me. I'm not an expert who has it all figured out. I'm a parent in the middle of it. And I'll share with you what works and what doesn't.